Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Khans of Tarkir Swiss draft. Our rare Crackling Doom, pretty good. Damages your opponent, takes care of their biggest creature at instant speed. I kind of like that. It is greatest power, so I guess it's not necessarily their best creature, but highest power creature is pretty good. I like the Heir of the Wilds a lot. It's going to be a lot more simple to play than Crackling Doom. Bring Low is playable. Feat of Resistance, same sort of thing. I think we can take the rare here and be okay. I mean, certainly more potential upside than Heir of the Wilds. I think Heir of the Wilds is just more consistent, probably, as a nice 2-drop. This is a really powerful card, no doubt. Heir of the Wilds is just a fantastically efficient, well-rounded card in this format. I'm going to take the Crackling Doom, though. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, and I like what I see. Okay, wow. Well, we get a good follow-up pick, too. So we can take Arc Lightning, Ride Down, Bondkin, Arrow Storm. A lot of good options. I'm a big Ride Down fan. Arc Lightning, not as much, but I mean, it's certainly fine. Kill a morphed guy, potentially kill something else. I'm sure there's some matches where Arc Lightning is going to be insane. I never disliked Arc Lightning. I think I just like it less in this format because it's not as good as you expect it to be. It's one of those things. I do like Ride Down quite a bit, but I'm thinking Arc Lightning just because you can do it at the face, or you can do it at Arc Lightning versus Arrow Storm. I think most people would go Arc Lightning just because it's a better cost, but you can also Lava Axe with that. I'm going to take the Arc Lightning. I think in some spots Ride Down would be better, but I don't think I'm ever going to be like upset with Arc Lightning, which makes it a reasonable pick there in my mind. Alright, well, I mean, Hordeling Outburst is an option. Jeskai Wind Scout is in here, and it's certainly good. Mardu Hateblade. Big fan of this card. I think we need to sort of make a decision. If I do end up going Mardu, I typically like the white-black shell more. None of these cards are actually really impressive, so I say we just take the Bloodfell Caves, which is going to help us play the Crackling Doom. So I think here it's fine to take a land. Otherwise, I think Hateblade would probably be more of the direction I want to go. I do like the black-white shell. It's very good for warrior. You get a nice warrior shell, and then splash the red for nice removal and stuff like that. You can do that version. You don't have to do that version either. I can also do white-red pretty comfortably, splash black. So why don't we just sort of see. We'll get guided in a sec here. All right. Horde Chief is very good. So is the Merrick Nightblade. I think Nightblade's got some more upside to it. Interacts positively with your other +1/+1. If I had a Warrior Lord already, I'd probably take the Horde Chief instead. But this guy, I mean, Nightblade's very good on his own, and there's going to be plenty of guys that interact well with him. So I think it's pretty solid pick here. Abzan Charm in here as well. I mean, it might be early enough to take this. Start going a pretty solid 4-color. Here's how I would go about doing that. I could take the Abzan Charm here. It's certainly powerful. And then we go white-black shell, splash red, splash green. Abzan Charm's certainly better. I think I'll go for the more interesting pick. We'll take the Abzan Charm. We'll see if we can't make this white-black shell with splash green, splash red work. We just have to make sure we get a ton of fixing on that. Okay. So Disowned Ancestor is certainly a good blocker. Smite the Monstrous is good removal. We don't have any creatures yet, though, so I'm a little more tempted to take the Ancestor, which is a nice roadblock. If we do end up with this crazy 4-color nonsense, then you're definitely going to want some nice roadblocks early on. So I'm going to take that over the Bitter Revelation, which is also a good card. But let's take the Ancestor. So now I'm a little more receptive to taking both Mardu and Abzan cards. As long as I'm focusing on black-white, I can really push in either direction. Okay, so the cliffs don't fix for us. Archer's Parapet is okay, but on the splash I think it's a lot more awkward. So I think we'd probably take the Skull Hunter or the War Shrieker. And like I said, I'd prefer to focus on the black-white, so I think I'm going to take the Skull Hunter. War Shrieker into Crackling Doom is a thing. So I guess I could take the War Shrieker, but if I pick up a second warrior here, I might be able to still make some warrior things shenanigans happen. I'm a big Skull Hunter fan anyway. I like War Shrieker more, but let's get our foundational colors down here. I want to get this black-white thing rolling. All right, I think we just take the Blossoming Sands. That's going to help us get our green in our deck, possibly make this Abzan Charm work or future green picks. Not really passing much. Salt Road Patrol's actually a playable card, but I think it's pretty easy Blossoming Sands. A Banner, a Blazebringer, Mastodon. Guess we can take Mastodon. It sticks with my black-white shell plan, doesn't force me to extend too far into red. Neither Summit Prowler nor Blazebringer are super important. Otherwise, I don't have any morph guys. I could actually take the Banner. If I take the Banner, then future 5-drops become a lot better. Yeah, I guess I'd rather have the Banner because I like the fixing, and if I miss out on a Mastodon, am I really missing out on that much? It is a good roadblock, but I think I'd rather go into other directions. All right, I mean, Highland Game, technically on color because it's a green, but once again, black-white focus. Let's do Unyielding Krumar, which is actually a perfectly fine card and a nice pickup since it's a warrior. I mean, our creature base so far is very warrior supportive, so if I can find some nice warriors out of these next couple packs, I think it's going to greatly benefit this deck. Okay, I think I can take the Golem. Dazzling Ramparts is an option, but I think I like the Morph guy more, especially in 4-color. 4/4 is just pretty nice. Kintree Warden, I guess, is playable too, but I think I'd rather have the Witness. A little bit better of a beater. Wow, tabling Hateblade's great. So easily taking Hateblade here. Happily taking Hateblade. Technically, Swift Kick is a playable card. It's not a good one, but it is playable. Bitter Revelation's better. Embodiment. I think we'll let somebody have that. Okay. So just to let everybody else know, we're 4-color. You can have all the blue cards you want. So what is that? 1 morph card. It's a pretty good start. I'm not disappointed with the start. All right. Rakshas is pretty good. I think the issue is it's not that good when green's your splash color. It's not bad either. I might just want to splash Death Frenzy instead because it's a board wipe effect. There's also Shambling Attendants in here. Pine Walker is pretty good. How good is it on the splash? It's still fine. 5/5. It's pretty powerful. Fixing does not help us in this pack. Rakshas is tough to deal with, but I don't really like it on the splash as much. Not much regeneration in this format, so it could be the pick. I do have a Bitter Revelation, which works well with Delve. I'm thinking if I just want the Death Frenzy. Board wipe effects, like I said, are pretty rare. We don't have a lot. Well, we have a few guys that can survive it too. I think actually Death Frenzy might be the best for us. It's arguable though because Pine Walker is a very good card. I really am a big Pine Walker fan. I think I'm going to take the Death Frenzy. I've gotten a lot of upside out of that before. It's a nice, board wipe effect. Okay. Attendance here versus High Spire Mantis. I There's also Sultai Flare, which is good. It's not a warrior, but certainly good. It's good with Witness, I guess, and Disowned Ancestor. Okay. Rush of Battle works well with our warriors, but I don't think that's what I want. Yeah, I think it's either Mantis or Flare, and Mantis is probably better, even with the red splash, just because 3-power flying is good. It also survives Death Frenzy. I guess so does Sultai Flare. I mean, Ancestor is also an option. It's probably easier on the mana, so I could do that. It's just so much worse than either of those cards. I'd almost rather just take the Attendance at that point, which I could do. I mean, I guess Mantis is going to be difficult to play on the red splash, but I think it's early enough where I just want to take it. See if we can't fix for it. Well, all right. So here I think we can pretty easily take Bloodfell Caves. It's going to help a lot after just picking up another red card. Another red card that survives Death Frenzy. I definitely like how our deck looks with Death Frenzy. We only have a couple of our own guys that die from it. I think Bloodfell Caves is an easy pickup here. It's going to help our mana base a lot. And not passing too much. Aerostorm's good, but on the splash it'd be way too difficult to play. And a second Disowned Ancestor I wouldn't mind either, but we could still table something relevant out of here, like the Loxodon. So I think we'll just take the Bloodfell Caves. Alright, Kintree Invocation. I mean, technically I can play it. It's got to be the best card, but how many good cards do I have with it? So 1, 2, 3, 4 cards currently that are good with it. Could probably pick up some more. I wouldn't mind getting a second Hateblade for sure. On the green splash, how good is Kintree Invocation? I mean, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. We tabled Hateblade last time. Am I confident I can do it again? Not necessarily. I'm a big fan of the Hateblades. They are really a good card for getting you to that late game. Kintree's pretty good too. I'm gonna take the Kintree. It might be a bit greedy, but well, kind of rewarded. We get a Hateblade here. I'm gonna take it over the Student, I think, because I still think there's a chance. I think I just like the Death Touch more, to be perfectly honest. In this deck, I could see decks where Student's better, but I think for us, getting the Death Toucher is just better. All right. I think it's a pretty easy Scoured Barrens here. Ooh, Sultai Scavenger would be good too. I do like that card, but we are currently 4-color, so if we're 4-color, let's protect ourselves here and pick up relevant fixing when we can. Okay, Bloodfire Expert is playable. I think we want the Scavenger, actually. We're going to easily take the Scavenger here. It's a warrior, fits better with our black-white shell plan. People say I don't take this high enough, and they're probably right. All right, Savage Punch on the splash, otherwise Smite. I think I'm doing, well, I guess we don't want to play Swift Kick. So I could take the Smite here. Currently rocking 8 creatures. How many creatures do I have that are good with Savage Punch? I don't have that many. Hateblade, I'd have to 2-for-1 myself. Kintree, I have to have something else. 3/3s are okay with Savage Punch, but I think Smite probably is going to add up better for us in the end. We're a little bit creature light too. All right, Shamley Attendance. We're definitely taking it here over the Venerable Lamassu. I'm a big Attendance fan. All right, Disowned Ancestor number 2 for another Roadblock or another 8-drop. Yeah, I think we take the Ancestor. Get another Roadblock. Bitter Revelation number 2. We have 2 Delve cards. It's not bad. Otherwise, Woolly Loxodon is a good finisher. We're a little bit creature light. I'm going to take a Loxodon. I think it's more likely we play that than 2 Bitter Revelations. Dragonscale Boon's also an option, but we're a little bit creature light. We're going to be moving into pack 3 here soon. We're not a beatdown deck either, but we do have some good removal. So I think we can potentially outvalue our opponent. Also, the Disowned Ancestor was just a correct pick for the invocation too. Now we've got an actual like potential blowout turn 1 0-4, turn 2 4-4, which is definitely potentially a blowout. All right, I think Tormenting Voice is the pick here, since it's not only on colors, a chance we play it for the Scavenger and Shambling Attendants. Mastodon, can you imagine getting an 8-8 with our Kin Tree Invocation? That would be insane. So far I'm digging the deck though. I do like the deck. I'd like, what would I like? I don't know what I want out of pack 3. I mean, we're in 4 colors, so sky's sort of the limit on what we're looking for. All right, well, Ghostfire Blade is likely the pick. Geez, there's a Murderous Cut in here too. This card, I haven't gotten to play Murderous Cut either. It's pretty insane removal. You can leave 1 mana up and do a blowout. How many morphs do I have? God, I don't know, man. Ghostfire Blade is pretty good, especially with Invocation too. That's tough. This is a really powerful card. How many morphs do we have? Let me count. 1, 2. You don't have to play with just morphs either, by the way. I guess we do only have 2 morphs, but still, it's like a rare equipment versus an amazing removal. I guess I'm doing okay on the removal front already. Arc Lightning, Crackling Doom, Abzan Charm, Smite, Death Frenzy. That is a lot of removal. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a Murderous Cut. That card is really good. But Ghostfire Blade, man. I don't know if I can deny the rare equipment. It seems too good. All right, I'm taking the equipment. I do want that Murderous Cut. That's debatable. All right, Chief of the Edge. Ooh, past an Abzan Ascendancy. I think we got to take the Ascendancy. It's one of the most powerful rares in the format. There's also 2 lands that I would play, but Ascendancy is a blowout spell, so I'm going to take it over the Lord, over the Guide that I'd like, Mandrills I'd play, Hollow, Crag, probably even Secret. So there's likely at least 1 card from here we can table, even the Warrior. Let's take the Ascendancy, though, pretty easily, because this card's not particularly fair. All right, Tuskguard Captain is good. A little bit more underwhelming on the splash, I guess. So I think we take the Student just as a 2-drop 1/3. I think it's better than anything else out of here. Okay. Ponyback Brigade. Do we get rewarded for tokens in this deck? Not especially, but Ponyback Brigade's probably still the best pick anyway for us, since it morphs. Savage Punch, not quite as good in this deck. Let's take the Ponyback. I'd like a bit more fixing. Geez, Armament Core is a little bit too bomby to pass up here, I think. Otherwise, Blossoming Sands, I think, would easily be the pick. I guess the real question, can I afford... Armament Core is a little bit too bomby to pass, I think. It's pretty much the... Armament Core is one of the main reasons you want to be in 4-color, I would think. You know, these are like the cards that you're picking up to reward you for choosing to play 4-color. I got to take it over the Blossoming Sands. I want the Blossoming Sands there, but... All right, we just go super deep greed. There's really nothing else here besides the Dragon Throne, right? I guess I wish Dragon Throne was toughness in this deck because of the Ancestor. It's going to be worse. But alongside we have the 2 rare equipments in the format. That's kind of crazy. All right, CDC's Pet, I think, is what we're looking at. Yeah. Krumar number 2. I think I'm taking it over Smite. They're both 4-drops. This isn't really a Briber's Purse deck. All right. Roar of Challenge is Roar of Challenge is a good way to kill somebody. It's a good way on a stalemated board to just win. We probably have enough creatures. I don't really need to play the secret. I think we're going to take Roar of Challenge just because I don't know if we're even going to play it, to be honest, but we can. I don't think we need anything else, so we'll take it. All right, Mandrills versus Harrier is also a secret. It's one of those three. I mean, Mandrill's the best card, but that would be our third Delve spell. We don't have a ton of... the only Delve enablers we have are Tormenting Voice and Bitter Revelation, which are okay, but... I think we take the Harrier. I'm going to try and pick up as many black-white cards as I can, and then supplement when necessary. None of these cards matter. I'm just going to hate the Soothsayer because it's the best. Alright, guess we'll take the Blazebringer. Swift Kick. Alright, well, we didn't get a ton of fixing, which is a bit worrisome for 4-color, but I do think that we picked up enough black-white where we can mostly make a deck that's black-white and then sort of, like I said, supplement our splashes, sort of isolate what we want to do. I still like Invocation in here with the double Ancestor and even the Student. You know, getting a 3/3 for 2 is still going to be pretty efficient. Actually, the Harrier is good with it too. There's enough good cards in here where I think Invocation's worth the splash. Because, I mean, you don't necessarily play it early anyway. But, all right, for now, let's get our fixing out of there. I think we have to play the banner. I mean, we don't have to, but I think I want to. So let's leave that in. Let's separate stuff. Maybe we sort by color first so I can get an idea of what we want to cut. Let me combine again, sorry. Okay, so this is red. I mean, I guess this is morph. I do have to make some definite cuts here, so let's figure that out. These are all of our green related cards. These are all of our red related cards. Other than that, just have a lot of black and white. So are any of these cards not worth the splash? Probably don't have to splash for Loxodon. Certainly nothing wrong with Loxodon. I don't think we need it. What are our other ways to win? I mean, I almost like the colorless guy more in here. We've got a flyer. Mastodon's a pretty lousy card for the most part, so I probably can cut it. Let's cut if I can minimize green and red in here, that would be ideal. I mean, Tormenting Voice is going to be good, but I don't like it on the splash. I think it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense on the splash. Like I said, I want to minimize green and red in here, so if I'm doing that, let's get them out of here. Is Dragon Throne good in this deck? I feel like it's pretty good for the most part, especially with, we have a lot of creatures. Which is good with the Ascendancy. I mean, I feel like Roar of Challenge is still probably worth the splash. I think we probably cut Mastodon. I just don't like the card in general. Feels less necessary in here. Geez, I still have to make 5 cuts? You kidding me? Do I just want to cut red out of the deck? But no, I've got the fixing for it. Alright, let's look at our curve. See if we can't. We have a lot of 4-drops. I think I'm going to cut the Smite. I guess Sidisi's Pet's technically a 3-drop. Maybe let's move our morph guys. I kind of like all of our morph guys. Quite a bit, actually, because of our invocation. Like Witness, Sage, and Pet are all pretty good with invocation. Roar of Challenge. Likely worth the splash, but it's kind of filling the... Actually, we have the Dragon Throne, which is essentially doing the same thing as Roar of Challenge. They're both breaking stalemated boards. I think I just like the Dragon Throne more because even though it's clunkier, it I don't know, it beats stalemated boards in a more flashy way than Roar of Challenge. It's probably a greedier choice, but I don't know. I really like Dragon Throne. I've had quite a bit of success with it. I've failed with it before too, but I'd like to think I've succeeded more often than I've failed with it. Okay, I do have to make 3 more cuts. Jeez. I mean, I guess we can cut the banner. I don't really want to cut creatures. Are all of our green cards worth splashing? I think they are. Are all of our red cards worth splashing? I think they are. We're down to like 4. So I need to make 2 more cuts. Got 5.5 minutes. I prefer to not cut creatures. I think Arc Lightning's still worth the splash. Bitter Revelation's pretty important for our Delve guys. I could cut the Mantis, lower the red in here even more. I do like Mantis though. Mantis is a good card. I could cut the Student, but it's something to do early, which I like. And it's cheap. But I don't know. I guess I like all of our other cards more. I'm just thinking impact-wise, Student seems the most underwhelming, I guess. I could cut a Sage Eye Harrier. Maybe it's more underwhelming than the Student because it's Morph. We're a wee bit 3-drop heavy. This is a better early roadblock to get us to the late game. It's true. Sage Eye Harrier takes quite a bit of work, actually, to get out. All right. I really shouldn't cut another creature. But I do like all of our spells. This is like a creature. All of our spells seem worth it. This is tough. I could go to 14 creatures. Seems dangerous with Dragon Throne. Could cut the Dragon Throne, but that's our stalemate board plan, which I do like a lot. This is tough. I'm running low on time too. I gotta cut something. Weakest card in the deck. I don't know. I like it all. It's also good. Do I have to play 18 lands too? I may have to. Let's I'm gonna cut a creature and I might cut the do I cut the Dragon Throne? I might cut the Dragon Throne. I know it's wrong. I'm just running low on time. I can't decide a cut. I like everything. I think I'm actually, let's cut the Bitter Revelation. I like what it does for Scavenger and Attendance, but I think we got to play 18 lands because got a lot of colors going on. I want to make sure I'm well fixed. So we've already got, let's see, 3 black sources, 2 white sources. Sort by color real quick. So green splash is down to 5 cards. Red splash is down to 4 cards. So 5 sources of each would be ideal. Well, let me add and see what they did. So this is, let's see, that's only 3 sources of green. I want more than that. And then we've got, how many sources black? 3, 6, 8 sources of black. 9 sources black seems like too much. So let's cut a swamp. Let's add a forest. It's 4 sources green. 1, 2, 3, 4 sources white, which seems way too small, but I see what they're doing. Maybe, Maybe I can only have 7 sources of black. We have 5 sources of red right now, which is fine. So maybe we cut one more black source and go down to 7. Add one more white source. So we have 5 sources white, 4 sources green still. Jeez, this deck was kind of a mess. I've got less than a minute. I gotta figure this out. 7 sources black, 5 sources red. I guess we cut one red source and get one more green source. So 5 sources green, 4 sources red, 7 sources black, 5 sources white. Jeez, this mana base is a bit of a mess. Do I have to go 6 sources white? We do have 6 sources white. Okay. I think I got to run it like this. I've only got 10 seconds left. All right, guys. I'll see you around 1.